Hi everyone, this is Abrar. Welcome to Abrar Knowledge Channel. Today we are going to discuss how to create stem and leaf plot with easy example. I have created two example which will set the tone of the subject very deeply, and you will be able to remember things very easily. Another one is I will be giving real-time demo using Minitab. In the Minitab, you will find something called graph. In the graph, you will find stem and leaf. So we're going to discuss more about it. Let's go. So stem and leaf, few bulletin point. One is called each data is split down into stem and leaf, right? So that we are going to talk more about it. Frequency with certain classes of values occur, like how the histogram, how the value is it's split down to lowest, midpoint, and the highest value. Exactly in the same thing, it also does. Because since it is the same topic of Six Sigma, again, we'll talk about the bell curve and all that. Organize the data visually. We will be able to we will have a lot of data, and we will be able to visually interpret the data and draw the conclusion rather very easily just by looking at the plot. So this is the example. I have picked up two examples. This is example number one. And this is my data set like 25, 27, 8, 17, 23 and all that. And when you are doing it in Excel or when you're doing in hand method, you need to arrange the data in ascending order, the small to big. So what technically happens is very simple concept. So stem all these value. For example, in this particular example, the value between 0 to 9. So it is, for example, we have 7, we have 9, we have 2 times 9 is occurring. And so all these 8 is there, and you also have got 7, 7, 8, 9 and all that, right? Just split down the data. The stem is 0 and 0, I mean, leaf is 7. That means we have 7, we have 8, we have 9, we have 9 and 1. How to interpret? So for example, in this particular example, let me zoom a bit. 11, 13, 17. So the stem is 1. So 11, it is called 1. The key is here, leaf is 1. So it should be rated as 11. Another number is 1, 3. You can also give a comma in Minitab. There's no problem. 1, 3, 13. 1, 7, 17, right? So take an example of 2. Large data we have in 2, right? 2, 2 and 2, 3 we have, 4 we have, 5. I think 2 times the 5 is coming up. 7, 8 and so on. 2 times 8 is coming up. So 3, again 32 you have, again 32 and another 32 you have, and 6 we have. So this is how stem and leaf is connected. And when you talk about this value 22, and this is 2, stem, leaf is 2, so the key value is 22. So let's talk about more in detail now. So this is how the data Minitab split down the data, classify the data, and then how the distribution of frequency happen. The same it goes. Third step. So the same one, just to give you more visually, with the help of tree, I have given this example. Let's talk about it. For example, class 0. 7 we have, 8 we have, 9 2 times is occurring. Class 1, so 1 and 3, so and 1 3 7. Class 2 you have 2, we have 22, you have 23, you have 24 we have. And class, I mean, again 2, 25 we have, 25 again, 27, 28, 28. And class 3, 32, 33 and 36, 36. That's how it has been split. You have leaf, and you have a stem, and you have leaf. That's how it is connected. So let's do this thing in the Minitab. In Minitab, I will be giving directly in the Minitab, but just to tell you how it is. For example, Minitab is more sharply split the data. For example, 0 to 7. I mean 0 to 9, we have 7, 8, 9, 9. That's what it gives. And between 13, 1, 11, 10 to 15, the data is 11 we have, 13 we have, again 17. The same data, it is split down, it creates a more category and split down, nothing else. Same data in hand method which I did it, and this is Minitab version. And in this one, noticeably, you will find there's something called parenthesis. That's very, very important. We'll talk more about it. So these parentheses, you'll find three. That is called median point. What is the median point in this one? So this 22, 23, 24, the median point. This is the median point. This is the low point. This is the high point. If you plot the graph, it will become like this. We'll talk more in the mini tab. Yeah. So this is how we need to do it. For example, generally what is the first step to do is pick up the, the statistic, descriptive statistic, pick up the minimum value, Q1, quartile 1, quartile 3, median, maximum, and so on. So, and then that value you can also convert it. For example, this data is cycle time. So these are different cycle times being taken, 25 minutes, 27 minutes, 8 minutes, and so on and so forth. This data we can also give in the description also as well. For example, very, very important point is, let's say this data I'm trying to convert into a discrete, description. So what I have to do is 1:4, right? That means the data is between 1 to 4, right? That's what it indicates. We'll talk more about it. And this is the description. And you can also pick up the graph and all that. So let me go directly in Minitab and explain you from this step, from the very, very beginning step. Okay, I'm just typing it Minitab, and I have got the Minitab, and it's loading up. Okay. So the version which I use is 17. You can use the higher version also as well. And generally what we have to do is you can close this up or minimize this window and maximize it. So I have a file called, I'm going to pull out the file, which I already have a data set, open the project. And in this one, I'm going to pull out Minitab. In the Minitab, I'm going to pull out stem and leaf, right? Okay, I have already done it. So what I will do is, just for your information, I'll delete everything. Okay. And I will delete everything. I will create from the beginning so that you will be able to get it. So there are two examples I have. Only the raw data I have. One raw data I have a cycle time. Okay. And you don't need to, whenever we are ascending and descending need to be done. We don't need to dictate to Minitab. Minitab will do it by itself. We don't need to be bothered about it. Okay. The first thing, this is the data set I have. So n equal to 18 data set I have. So what I had to do is, I had to first, what you can do is, you can go to graph and stem and leaf, right? Stem and leaf, and I will give F3 so that I will do from the beginning. Process example, and then give OK. So go to the stem and leaf and do not give any variables and all that, no trim out layer and all that, just give OK. And this is the value it coming up. So as I said, like 4, so you can see in parallel window. So there is in 0 to 9, we have 7, 8, 9. So you have 7, you have 8 and 9. So let me do one thing. So in order to explain better, I will sort the data. Okay. So that you will be able to get it neatly, right? So now automatically Minitab itself sorted the data. It has given that value, but just for the better explanation, what I will do, I will split the data. I will sort the data. To do all the sorting, all this sanity of data, you go to data sort, and I'm going to give F3, and then in this is the column I'm going to pick up. Okay, C1. And what I'm going to do with the C1, again, you pull out this data, descending order. So if you want descending order, you can do, otherwise it will default, it will consider as ascending order. Where I wanted to print, I wanted to print in sorted, right? So this is the data. Now it has been nicely sorted out, right? The data has been nicely 9, 11, 13, and so on and so forth. I think both the column has been sorted out. It's fine. Okay, let's go to another one. So we talked about the graph. In the graph, stem and leaf. Now you will be able to understand better, right? So let's see that. Okay, you have 7, 8, 9. 7 you have. Okay, this is the first value, 7, 8, 9, 9. You have 7, 8, 9, 9. And then you have 11, 13, 17. So 1 is stem and leaf is 1. So 1 and 1, it is called 11. And then next leaf is the 11, 13. Maybe let me go here. Sorry. Okay, next leaf is 13. So you got 13. Next is 17. You got 17. Next is 22. You got 22. 23, 24, and all these you have got the value. The last value we got 36. So stem is 3. Value is leaf is 6. So 36. So what does this value indicate? Very simple. So first, this is the additional value. You will get it in the menu tab. Menu tab, what it does is, for example, take an example of this value. So we have 4 values, right? So 4 values, and then you have these two, 4 plus 2, 6. And then you have one value, 7. So it just count the data, the frequency of data, it counts it. And then here, how much value you have? 3 value you have. This is median point. So parentheses indicate median, right? So in this 3 value you have. In this one, again, you have to read it from, okay, so you have to, this is in the bell curve, you have negative, you have a positive, right? So now you have to read it from the reverse. So this is 1 digit you have. Very good. This is what it is, 1. And 1 plus 2 digit is 3 digit. That's what you will find, 3. And then 3 plus 5 digit, you have 8. That's how it distribute the data. It just give an additional information. But what you importantly know is this value, right? So now let's go to the further detail. So now what I will do, I will go to graph, and I will just, pull out that what is meant by, I wanted to split the cycle time, how much, what is the low cycle time, medium cycle time, I wanted to find out. To do that, I will go to graph, basic statistic, and I'm just going a little bit advanced now. Give F3, and then you will pick it up the sorted value. And then in that sorted value, I will pick up only first quartile, median, third quartile, minimum, maximum. That's it. I'm going to give okay. So now you will find that minimum is 7. Okay. And quartile 1 is 10.5. Median is 23. That's what it was indicating in this one, 23, right? So 22, 23, 24. The median point is 23.5, right? So quartile Q3, 28. And then it says maximum value 36. That's what it is indicated. Why I'm doing it? I just wanted to have these value into something, easily classification. For further classification, I'm doing it. Now, if you're happy with this one, fine. So if you wanted to know how many cycle time is high, you can easily count 1 and 2, 3, 4, 8. 8 are high cycle time. What is the low cycle time? 1, 2, 3, 3 plus 4, 7. 7 are low cycle time. Something like that, you will be able to find it very easily. But I wanted to print on the menu tab. I'm just going one step further. So let's go to calculate data again. I'm just doing it, bringing the category, nothing else. So if you don't need, that's fine. You can leave it. I'm just for the clarity purpose, I'm just bringing the category. So this data I have, and this data I got all this value. I just need to classify the data. So data, go to code and number, numeric to text. Okay. And then I'm going to give F3 and pick up the sorted value. And where I'm going to store, I'm going to store in category. And this is the value. How, for example, you have got the value. You remember the value you have got? Maybe I will print it here. 1 second. Where is the other tab? Okay. Okay, I have this value. What I will do is I will just copy paste 7 to 10.5. I will consider as low, right? Simple. Go to here, data, and sort. In the sort, I will, sorry, not, I'm sorting is already done. Sorry. So data, in the data code, numeric to text. In the numeric to text, I will get rid of all the value. I will just put it sorted. I'm going to store in the category. So this is the value I have got. So what is the value? If the value is between 7 to 10.5, I'm going to say low cycle time, right? So 7 to 7, 2, right? 2, we need to give underscore, right? 10.5, I will say low cycle time, right? Next value, what you have, 10.51 to 23.5, I'll say medium cycle time, right? 10.51 to, I'm going to give an underscore, and then 23.5, 23.5. I'll say medium cycle time. And then last one is above 23.5 to maximum 23. Anything of that, I'm going to say high cycle time. So 23.6. I'm just incrementing it by 1, and all the way to, so the maximum value 36. All of these value, I'm going to say high cycle time. That's it. This is for additional clarity. So how fast it has given? So it has given also like low cycle time, medium cycle time, and high cycle time, and all that. It has given much fast, right? So first thing what I did, let me quickly recap. First thing what I did, I just found out this is my variable. I went to graph, pick it up, stem and leaf. To do that, this is the high level one. That is itself is visually, it gives all the meaning. But I wanted to classify the data. To do that, I just sorted out the data, and then I given the code text. So that number to text I have given, so that it has given this value. Okay. So let me just do that in the visual form also as well. What is meant by visual form? So let me pick up histogram, right? So in histogram, again, I'm going to give F3 so that all the value will go off. So I'm going to give sorted, or both column are same. Sorted is same, and process example 1 also same. So I will give process example 1. Category, I'll say category, and I'm going to give, I'll quickly check whether all these value are the same. For example, scale, I'll check whether I'm comfortable with the frequency, the number, that's fine. And if you want the overlaid graph, that's a fantastic. That's it. So now another dimension, very beautiful chart, right? So now all these over here. So you have, you have stem leaf graph, you have a descriptive statistic, you also have something called histogram also as well. In the histogram, let me make it bigger for you, and let me put it this way. Okay, high cycle time, there are 9, and you have 20.56 mean and standard deviation. Low cycle time, this is the low cycle time, and medium cycle time, you have these value. So like this, any data, we can classify the data, and we can make it very visually appealing. That's how you can do, right? So very useful. Let us go back to another example. Let me go back to spreadsheet. This is the age. Now what I wanted to find it out is this age, how many employees are there? There again, my data n equal to 18. I wanted to find out how many are, how age wise being distributed. So to do that, the first step, what you need to do, simple. Go to graph and stem and leaf. In a stem leaf, give F3, I'm going to give age wise. And this is what it gives. For example, 25, 25, 26, and 33, 34. And then you have, this is stem, this is leaf, right? 36 we have, 39 we have, this is median point. 44 is a median point. 45 we have, and all this, right? This is one window we can capture. So I have taken this print chart. I will keep it in my here, right? So this is the print chart I have taken. I will keep it here. So this is the data set, and this is the print chart I have taken. So let's go to another one. So what I generally do when you have such data, we wanted to find out the, how does a little bit more detail, how does the quartile 1 comes, quartile 3 comes. Go to statistic, basic statistic, display descriptive statistic. In that one, I'm going to give F3 and find out age wise. I'm going to find out only first quartile, median, third quartile, minimum value, maximum value. That's all. And give OK. And you also have these value also as well. 25, 31, 44, 55, and 60. So that's how I have taken this print shot also as well. This is the print shot which I have taken. Now this data, let me classify down this data. Why? Because we can also make it more descriptive also as well, right? So what I will do, maybe age, maybe in the text form, something like that. So what I will do, I will go to data and code. In the code, you have numeric to text. In that, I'm going to give F3 so that all window will be neat and clean, and age number. Where I'm going to store, I'm going to store in age text. And let's say the minimum value. So minimum value I have is 25. 25 to 31.25, I'm going to say low age. 25 to 31, sorry, 31.25, I'm gonna say age younger or age low age or lesser age or younger, I can say. Okay, this is I have given, and anything above than that limit, 31.26 to be precise. And then the next median point I have is 44. Anything of that sort, I'm gonna say medium experience, right? Lastly, I have anything above the 44 to 60, like 44.01 to 60 age, sorry, 60 age, I'm gonna say high experience. Okay, experience. Let's go ahead further. That's all. So it has taken quickly, right? So it has given like if even if you have this value, so all these value it has come down. Let's do a quick recap now. So in this session, what we discuss is, let me go back to quick fast forward we can do. So this is the stem and leaf, we did it, and we went through that how it split the data and how it visually appealing the data and all that. We talked about it, how we can draw the conclusion just by looking at the data. That's what leaf, stem and leaf does. So this is the data we have taken, and this is how the manually or hand method it split down the data. And in the Minitab, it takes fraction of seconds to get completed. And visually, we also demonstrated. And then this is the generally what I do is, once the data is there, find out the descriptive statistic, minimum, Q1, median, Q3, maximum. And then that convert into that value, we feed it into numeric to text, and then you can get these value also as well, so that you will be able to interpret it, or anybody can interpret it very, very easily, because that value may sometime, for example, 24, we don't know whether 24 is good, 24 minutes is good high cycle time or medium cycle. There I'm just giving in parallel column, I'm giving descriptive high cycle time, 25 meaning like it's high cycle time, just giving some interpretation to it. And then what we did for our better understanding, what we did, we just went into histogram and we pick it up with fit and group, because we are talking about two things, and we did it like all three: high cycle time, low cycle time, medium cycle time. And this is what the beautiful leaf, stem and leaf graph shows. Example number 2. In that, this is the age wise, and we found out that median age is 44 and minimum age 25 and maximum age is 60. So, and then we found out the stem and leaf, and we sorted out the data and so on. And there we go. The last 3 quick questions I picked up. The first one, how many process we have taken the highest cycle time? So you remember that this is the median point to you. And let me use the pointer. This is the median point to you, right? And high cycle time. So this, how many high cycle time we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cycle time we have, which is high, above 23 minutes. And then contribute the high cycle time in percentage. What you can do, you can just take this 8 divided by 18. You will get this percentage, right? Or you can also do a Pareto also as well. For example, if you wanted to do Pareto, I will just discard this one. If you wanted to do same thing, if you wanted to do in Pareto, fine, you can do that. You can go to start and quality tools and Pareto. In the Pareto, I'm going to give F3. Category wise, I wanted to pick up the Pareto, and this is the, okay, this is the, I mean, category is the defect is the category, and then I wanted to pick it up the value, sorted value. Okay. And then you can also get it this also as well, like high cycle time, where 68.4% is high cycle time. So that's how I did it. But you can also do in any of the method, direct, or you can find it with the help of Pareto. How many employees are above 50 and nearing the retirement age? So there are, how many are there? So this is 50. So 51, and you have 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 people are there, which is near above 50, and the age is between 51 and 60, and nearing the retirement age. We need to have fill in, and we need to have a back in the resources and all that. I hope this you enjoyed this video, and this is stem and leaf gives a broader picture just by looking at the data. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like, share, subscribe my channel. You have a wonderful day ahead.